We were brainstorming of different organizations that we could fundraise for. And so in the brainstorming process, I mentioned that I worked at a high school, and at this high school, I'm the assistant band director. And so I help teach the marching band, and they go to different competitions every year across the state of Florida. And next year, they're hoping to go out of state for a really big competition in Indiana. So my idea was that we could do some kind of project that would fundraise for this band program that I taught at the high school level. We decided to market a sticker to the University of Florida marching band and sell it with the idea that it would help the high school marching band.
There are numerous approaches to group decision making, and from the very beginning we decided that we would want to use both democratic and consensus approaches. So we really value the thoughts of every team member, and instead of solely focusing on one leader, we want to make sure that we have everybody giving their voice and have it in a democratic system.
In the situational leadership model, we definitely use a delegating and a supporting style. We use the supporting style because we all know each other's strengths and weaknesses, so it was easy for everyone to decide what tasks they were doing, but we definitely still looked to group members for support. We also use the delegating model because, as mentioned, we knew each other's weaknesses and strengths, so as a group we were able to decide who should do what task based on their strengths.
We recommend that groups develop an atmosphere of trust early, because without that, the element of dysfunction is evident.
Suggestions we would have for a future team would be to meet up as soon as possible and to establish ground rules and also write your contract. That way everyone knows your team's expectations and we can move forward as a much stronger team. We would also recommend that future teams practice the conflict management styles. One example of a conflict our project faced was getting approval for the copyright for our sticker. We really wanted to use the official Gators logo, but of course we had to go through the school to get this approved. Our team had to overcome a lot of obstacles to do so. After constantly reaching out to the proper channels and not hearing back, we had to decide to collaborate and compromise on the font that we wanted to use in order to move forward on our project.
My role in the project was to act as a liaison between the music part and the sticker part. So I had to talk to the Newberry High School Band Boosters and make sure that they would approve us selling something on behalf of their association to raise funds for the high school. Then I had to talk to the director to make sure that he agreed with Band Boosters that it was all appropriate to help out the students there with their funding. Then I had to go to the University of Florida Music Department, and I had to talk with the directors there about allowing me to come to a rehearsal to advertise the sticker sale to the majority of our projected clients, which would be the University of Florida Marching Band, since the sticker is targeted to them. So then I had to go to a rehearsal, advertise a sticker, and then collect all the funds there for that on another rehearsal date. After that, I have to go back to Newberry High School once we sell all the stickers and give them the money and the Band Booster Association so they can fund the high school next year.
I was responsible for making order forms to process pre-orders for the tickets. This was important because we wanted to make sure we had enough startup costs to purchase the tickets. I made the order forms, I printed the order forms, and it was my responsibility to make sure that each group member was okay with the format of the forms.
I served as the internal relations member of our team, so I worked with each group member individually to make sure that they were on track with their work. Similarly, I coordinated all of the times that we met, so I knew from the beginning that all 5 of us are very busy, so I worked to make sure that we would be able to meet at times where our schedules would match up best. So I sent text reminders throughout the semester to make sure that people would remember our meetings and that we would be able to be most productive at our meetings.
For this project, my main role was to film us over the past few months doing our project. So at every meeting, I made sure to take footage, and as we went out and advertised our fundraiser, I also took a lot of photos. I was also in charge with putting the video together for our final project, and I also dealt with the copyright, trying to get our logo approved so that we could use the official Gators logo.
I was in charge of designing the stickers for the laptops. I researched a few companies that would be able to produce our product, and I got an estimated price. Daniel gave me a few suggestions for what to add to the design that he thought the band members would like to see, and I came up with a mock design that I presented to the team. I submitted the final design on Redbubble, and I placed the order, and then it was delivered to my address before we distributed it as a team to the people who bought the stickers.
I learned a lot from using SMART goals for this project. The SMART goals were able to keep us on track very well and keep us very aware of what our final goal was and the steps it would take to complete that goal. As a future band director and music educator, it's very important that I make sure that my group of people in a marching band or a concert band know what their end goal is. So the use of SMART goals are very applicable to me.
I can use the conflict management model in both my professional and my personal life. I think it's very important to know how to effectively overcome conflict using a specific model and which one works best for the specific audience that you're talking to.
I'm very interested in consulting and the business side of psychology, and I know that everything that we've learned from this group project will be very beneficial to help me after graduation. So when future teams and I are working to find a solution for various businesses, we'll be able to collaborate and use teamwork to most efficiently and productively come up with that solution.
I'm hoping to pursue a leadership role one day in my future career, so I can use the situational leadership model to help best analyze how I should be interacting with others based on their specific strengths and weaknesses.